Hey bros, this time around, this is the second entry for the Vaal Stormcall arc character. The second entry in the diary. This time around, I'm hoping that it's going to be a shorter video, but we're still going to clear a map and all that, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the changes that we've done to the build and some adjustments that I've tested out and tried to make. So yeah, I guess we can start with the fact that I've moved the Vaal Stormcall into the Pledge of Hands. I'm using the 6 link now. It really does not have an impact on solo play, just because we were already pretty much one-shotting everything, so that this is only for group play. In the future, I'm probably, like when I get my crit nodes, I'm probably not gonna go with increased crit damage, and then I'm gonna go with increased duration. Instead on like a 5 link or a 6 link if we decide to go with a pledge. But the reason that I'm saying this is because I will no longer be playing this character. It's solely because of the reason that it is too fun to play at the end of the league, and I really don't want a character like this to go to waste, so I'm not gonna play this character anymore, and instead we're gonna play it in the upcoming 1 week race that's gonna happen between the current league and the next one. I just feel like this character has a lot of group potential. It's really tanky, just very, very versatile, and very good for a 1 week race. Obviously, I'm not going to get the gear that I've got over here, but I can get pretty close, and I expect similar results with enough levels. Obviously, we're level 87 in the 1 week. I expect to get, you know, something higher, maybe even 95. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look with the beyond mobs and the map drops and all that, we'll see. But I feel like that's a lot better time investment for this character, because right now it's just going to waste. But yeah, other than that, we haven't really changed much when it comes to the gear or anything at all, except moving this here and adding the increased crit damage, which made a humongous difference in group play. It is a lot of damage. And again, if I don't get a 6 link pledge, or if I don't get a 6 link at all, increased duration is gonna just go away, and we're probably gonna pick up exceptional performance. But since the last video, we've dropped some life notes. I've already picked this up, but we've dropped this. We've dropped some of these life notes. I've obviously gained some levels. We got coordination, blood siphon, trickery, shock, and also doomcast, which made the build a lot more steady, just a lot more what's the word that I'm looking for? Consistent. There we go. The word I like the most, but I always forget. Just a lot more consistent and a lot more enjoyable. We don't really need the crits for solo play to kill anything, but they are still helpful. And yeah, I guess to keep it short, that's about it for those changes. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about how I kept on progressing with this character. So, actually, no, one more thing I have to mention. A big change that we have is a level 21 arc. Previously, we were using a level, I want to say 18 or 19 arc. I managed to get a level 21 arc. If you're interested in how I got this, you guys, some of you guys might know me as the Volorb King. If you're interested in how I got this, check out some of the other videos on my YouTube. There's a pretty good one. I won't spoil anything, but it's pretty funny. So I highly recommend this. But yeah, I think that's about it. We're gonna get into the map. So another thing that has happened, again, same thing. We have to get our charges, get our souls, and then we can blast through the map. Oh jeez, it's gonna be annoying. Another thing that I've also done is I've decided that, oh, there we go, there's reflect. Reflect again can't kill you, like I've said in the previous thing. However, it does drain your mana, so it is quite annoying. If you've got Vaal Stormcall running, it doesn't affect you because you don't actually need the mana. You only need the initial mana to cast, like here. See, like I'm out of mana, but it's still killing stuff. So you only need the initial mana. But I've actually decided that Arc is pretty overpowered. Like, I've never played an Arc build before. I know that it is a very strong skill, but oh damn, this doggy. I know that it was a very strong skill. I've never played it myself. It just didn't seem too interesting. But I've decided to play it, and I've also decided that it is a pretty crazy skill. And it's honestly too strong to be played, kind of. It kind of feels like cheating, which I feel fine with using in like a 1 week race, but for regular gameplay at the end of a league, it feels like it's just a little bit too much try-harding, so to say. So we've done some experimentation. I got some AoE nodes, spec'd out of some life nodes. That's how we ended up with this spec right now. But I spec'd out of some life nodes, I picked up some AoE nodes, and tested a couple skills. The first one was Ball Lightning. I've played a Vaal Stormcall Ball Lightning build before. I've actually played 2 of them. One was my favorite part. One was a Vaal Righteous Fire Ball Lightning's Vaal Stormcall character, which turned out fine, but Ball Lightning I felt was a little bit too weak for group play without crit. So that character was fine. I ended up stopping playing it around level 90, and it just sat there. We tried Ball Lightning on this character. It was very good. I was pleasantly surprised. However, the problem still remained. I even used a LMP and then a GMP. I tested different stuff for just increasing solo clear speed, and honestly, even though it was pretty good, Arc is still Arc, you know, and it was good enough. And then Ball Lightning, obviously, with GMP or LMP, while it is worth it if you've got enough damage. It is worth it to do in solo play. In group play is completely not viable. So I ended up deciding that it wasn't enough damage, and we moved on to another skill. I think the second skill that we tested was Stormcall. Sadly, Stormcall's biggest problem is the fact that for some reason it does not synergize whatsoever with Vaal Stormcall, as in reduced duration is good on Stormcall, but it's bad on Vaal Stormcall. So getting like increased duration nodes like these by dropping this will be a real problem. And also the delay on Stormcall makes it so that for group play it's completely not viable. By the time your Stormcalls land, typically the mobs are already dead. This is not such a big deal for something like a beginning of a league or anything like that. I think that it's a very good skill. It actually does a lot of damage. It does significant amounts of single target damage and AoE with the AoE nodes. My Stormcall was pretty humongous. However, again, the delay was very counterproductive, and we had to drop that one. I don't think I tested the damage in group just straight up like damage in group play. With the other skills, I just, you know, picked up a group and sat there. They just sat there, and I deeped, and I didn't do that with Stormcall, but it did seem like significant amounts of damage. And when we were clearing in a group, yeah, it just didn't. I couldn't land it. I don't know. I didn't try it with reduced duration, but I felt like it was just counterproductive, and at the end of the day, you know, we're looking for a skill that beats Arc, and that one really didn't stand a chance. Then we moved on to, I believe, Cold Snap, and the reason why I chose Cold Snap was that I've never played it after the buff, so I just randomly decided to check it out. It does seem like a good skill. I played it before the buff on like a crit setup, and it was a lot of damage, so we tried it. I couldn't really sustain it too well. It wasn't too good. It didn't deal enough damage. The fact that it was a cold skill doesn't really affect us because we don't really, other than shock, we don't really specifically spell and spec into any sort of element. We go with like, you know, just typical critical setup. Obviously later on we might pick up Heart of Thunder and like, I guess some life notes, or maybe we could take these or these. Honestly expect Heart of Thunder and then just life notes. But for now, it didn't affect us. We just have crit. That's what we work with. Our curse is elemental weakness, so again, we don't get affected by any of that. But it just wasn't enough. And then we tried Ice Nova, which I had big hopes for, but sadly, Ice Nova needs a lot of crit to really be worth it. And also, it had the exact same problem. Big problems with just not only being consistent but then also dealing enough damage in group play. So again, very good skills, but at the end of the day the problem was that the skills needed to beat Arc and they just couldn't. So we're gonna stick with Arc for leveling. In the 1 week I'm definitely gonna use Ball Lightning. I don't think I'm gonna use Arc, at least until like Merciless maps. I'm not sure when it skips on the last chain before level 21, but last time I used Ball Lightning, I was very satisfied with the character, and it was just really fun for leveling. And actually, for leveling, it did enough damage, and also obviously you level in like Legend stuff where using Ball Lightning is very beneficial, and we have all these life nodes of all these AoE nodes available to us pretty much anyway. So yeah, for now I'm not gonna make a guide. These vlog kind of diaries are gonna be the only information about the build. If you've got any questions, just ask on the stream. And yeah, if you're really interested in the build and you really want to see some endgame gameplay, just stay tuned, and we're gonna play it in the 1 week. Oh, I actually should have taken this instead of this. I'm gonna play it in the 1 week, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. You know, no life it up like we always do. Try and place high in the race. And yeah, that's about it from me. Oh, and if you're interested, I'm also doing like a randomized self-found 7 days at Zeri kill challenge. But if you're interested in that, go check out some other videos. I'm gonna be posting diaries on that build and all that. Right now it's a elemental hit melee Templar. This was chosen by the viewers, and also the skills were randomized, so it's not very good, but you can see that for yourself. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. This video was only 13 minutes, so it's not even that bad. I'm trying to prolong it as much as possible to piss you guys off, but can't seem to do too well. So again, thanks a lot for tuning in. Appreciate you guys supporting the stream and just viewing the content, and I hope you guys enjoyed the builds. I'll see you around. Bye bye.